Arta is a city in northwestern Greece, capital of the regional unit of Arta, which is part of Epirus region. The city was known in ancient times as Ambracia. Arta is known for the medieval bridge over the Araxos River. Arta is also known for its ancient sites from the era of Pyrrhus of Epirus and its well-preserved 13th-century castle. Arta's Byzantine history is reflected in its many Byzantine churches. Perhaps the best known is the Panagia Peregoretisa, built about 1290 by despot Nicephorus I Komnenos Doukas. The city is the seat of the Technological Educational Institute of Epirus. History. Antiquity. The first settlement in the area of the modern city dates to the 9th century BC. Ambracia was founded as a Corinthian colony in the 7th century BC. In 295 BC, Pyrrhus of Epirus, king of the Molosians, transferred the capital of his kingdom to Ambracia, which he used as a base from which he attacked the Romans. Pyrrhus managed to achieve great but costly victories against the Romans. Hence the phrase, Pyrrhic victory, which refers to an exchange at the Battle of Asculum. In 146 BC, Ambracia became part of the Roman Republic. Medieval period. Despite the existence several churches from the 9th and 10th centuries, Arta is first attested only in the late 11th century. In the Komnenian period, the city flourished as a commercial center, with links to Venice, and quickly rose to become an archbishopric. By the end of the 12th century, Arta probably formed a distinct fiscal district within the wider theme of Nicopolis. In 1205, after the fall of Constantinople to the Fourth Crusade, Arta became the capital of the Despotate of Epirus. It continued to prosper under its new rulers, despite repeated attempts by another Greek successor state, the Empire of Nicaea, to subdue Epirus. As late as the 15th century, the Chronicle of the Tocco attests to the prosperity of Arta and its fertile region, with many water buffaloes, cows, and horses, and a lively commercial activity in dried meat, lard, ham, furs, and indigo, drawing merchants from Venus and Dubrovnik. Archaeological finds also attest to a local ceramic industry. Fortified in 1227, Arta was briefly occupied in 1259, following the Battle of Pelagonia, by the Niceans. The restored Byzantine emperors continued their assaults, but it was not until 1338 that Andronikos III Palaiologos finally secured control of the city, only for it to be wrested from the Byzantines a few years later by the Serbian Empire of Stephen Dusan. Serbian rule was followed by Albanian rule, when the city fell to Carlo I Tocco, Count of Cephalonia and Zakynthos. The city remained in Tocco hands until 1449, when the Ottoman Empire captured it. Ottoman period. Under Ottoman rule, the town was called in Turkish Nada. It was occupied by Venetians in 1717 and the French in 1797, but the Ottomans retook it in 1799. The city was eventually taken from the Ottomans and annexed to Greece in 1881 by the Treaty of Berlin. Climate. Landmarks. Classical. The modern city is on the site of ancient Ambracia. Remains of the classic era include the ancient walls, the ruins of the ancient Temple of Apollo, a small theatre, and remnants of the southwest cemetery. Byzantine. The town's fortifications were built by Michael I Komnenos Doukas in the early 13th century, but their present form is largely post-Byzantine. Secular architecture from the Byzantine period, including the palace of the despots of Epirus, has vanished completely, but the city preserves numerous churches. The most important Byzantine church is the Cathedral Church of the Peregoretisa, built, California, 1290 by Nicephorus I Komnenos Doukas and his wife Anna Palaiologina Kantakouzan. Other important churches of the late Byzantine period are the Church of the Cato Panagia, built by Nicephorus I's father Michael II Komnenos Doukas, and the monastery of St. Theodora, housing the tomb of the city's patron, Theodora of Arta. Several other churches dating to the 9th and 10th centuries also survive in and around the city. St. Basil of the Bridge, St. Demetrius of Katsoras in Plisheroi, the Panagia Blasherna Monastery, the Panagia Vriwani in Neokaraki, the Red Church in Valgarelli, the Panagia of Koronisha in Koronisha, and the Church of the Pantanasar in Filippiadar. Museums: Archaeological Museum of Arta, Church of the Paregaretisa, Folk Museum, Skoufas, Historical Museum, Skoufas, Private Folk Museum in Kipsali, Archaeological Museum of Koronisha, Technological Educational Institute of Epirus. The Technological Educational Institute of Epirus has a main campus and its administration seat in Arta, and has branch campuses in the three other main cities of Epirus: Ioannina, Igoumenit, Say and Preveza. It has 4 faculties and 13 departments. Transportation. Arta is located NNW of Antiria, Messalongi and Agrinio, NI of Preveza, SSE of Ioannina and nearly SW of Trikala. Regular bus lines connect Arta with all bigger Greek cities. The city is linked with the GR5 and the GR30, which links with Peta and Trikala. The Arakhthos River flows to the west with its reservoir lying directly to the north. Municipality. The present municipality Arta was formed at the 2011 local government reform by the merger of the following 5 former municipalities that became municipal units: Ambrikikos, Arta, Philothai, Vlasherna, Ziravuni. Quarters of Arta: Agir Triada, Agioian Agirwa, Ias Georgios Glikorizou, Eliauza, Glikorizo, Cato Panagia Artas, Marathavuni. Historical population. Notable people. Ancient Pyrrhus, general and king of Epirus. Epicrates of Ambracia, comic poet. Silanus of Ambracia, soothsayer in Xenophon's Anabasis. Epigonus of Ambracia, musician. Byzantine Michael I Komnenos Doukas, founder and first ruler of the Principality of Epirus from 1205 until his death in 1215. Theodore Komnenos Doukas, ruler of Epirus from 1215 to 1230 and of Thessalonica from 1224 to 1230. Theodora Petralephana, canonized as Saint Theodora of Arta, consort of Epirus and Orthodox Christian saint. Michael II Komnenos Doukas, ruler of Epirus from 1230 until his death in 1266-68. Nikephoros I Komnenos Doukas, ruler of Epirus from 1267 to c. 1297. Thomas I Komnenos Doukas, ruler of Epirus from c. 1297 until his death in 1318. Modern Maximus the Greek, monk, publicist, writer, scholar, humanist and translator. Nikolaos Skoufas, member of the Philokiateria. Georgios Karaikakis, hero of the Greek War of Independence. Theodoros Sinis, fighter of the Greek War of Independence. Azmi Omar Akalin, Wali of Bursa. Hoka Ishak Effendi, Ottoman engineer and translator. Napoleon Zervas, World War II general and resistance leader. Konstantinos Karapanos, political and archaeologist. Alexandros Karapanos, politician and diplomat. Yannis Morales, painter. Antonios Nikopolidis, footballer. Yannis Anastasiou, footballer. Professional sports. Handball http://www.anagenisi-artas.gr. Basketball Pyros Artas. Football http://www.anagenisiartas.gr. http://www.doxa-artas.gr/. Volleyball http://www.anagenisi-artas.gr/volley. http://www.filia.gr/.